So while I'm recording this episode, go ahead and share with me in the comments if anything resonates with you, if you have any questions, anything like that, and I'll answer questions at the end of the lesson, okay? Cool. Are you guys ready? Go ahead and give me a heart if you're ready to get started. Hey, Asa. Long time no see. All right, let's do this thing, yeah? So I'm gonna hit record and we will get started. Yes, I love seeing those hearts coming through. Beautiful. All right, welcome to another episode of the Wake Up With Me podcast. This episode is brought to you by Love Embodied. Love Embodied is my 8-week group coaching program where I teach you how to become the most self-loving, authentic version of yourself. We do divine feminine embodiment. We retrain your nervous system to open, to surrender, to feel magnetic, and so much more. We're in the first round of the program right now, and it's been so incredible that I've decided to continue and offer another round of the program. So the next round begins February 9th. And if you're interested in joining, there is a wait list right now where you can apply and you can schedule your enrollment call and all of that. So we have all of January to fill up the spaces. I decided to really extend the enrollment process so that everyone who's interested can get on in. All right, so in today's episode, we are talking all about controlling the one thing in life that we are fully 100% able to control, and that is our energetic vibration. And through controlling our energetic vibration, we are able to influence our reality. We are able to influence our external reality through controlling our energetic vibration. So to begin this lesson, the first thing we want to know and realize is that everything in this world is energy. So I'm energy, you're energy, this microphone is energy, this camera and computer and this cup of water and money and everything in this world is made up of energy when we really, really, really get down to the core of what creates things, what creates material things and material reality, okay? So that's the first thing to really understand, because every moment of every second of every day, whether we're aware of it or not, whether we like it or not, we are transmitting an energetic vibration, okay? So you might have heard of high vibes or good vibes only and low vibes, right? I don't like using the term good or bad because it's just a vibration. Every vibration at its core is truth. It is perfect. It is a choice that we make. And we get to either choose to be in a higher vibration, which feels better, which feels more positive, more expansive, more magnetic, or we choose to be in a lower vibration. And most people, before we realize and develop the tools to choose our vibration and to raise our vibration, a lot of us are just passively in a lower vibration, right? So that would be feeling more negative, feeling more contracted, feeling like you don't believe in yourself, you don't believe in your gifts in the world. You maybe, it's like that self-talk. If you have this dream or this desire and it's that voice that comes in and says, well, you can't do that. Why you? You're not good enough. You're not pretty enough. You're not smart enough. Your voice sounds too weird, right? Those are all low vibration thoughts that I used to have, which created a low vibration. Okay? So what we want to do in life is realize that everything that happens in the world is actually fully outside of our control. But through using different tools to influence our internal vibration, because we are energy and we're sending the signal out, we are influencing our entire reality through changing our vibration, okay? So give me a heart if you're with me on that. If you're listening to the podcast, I'm recording this live on Instagram. So if this is making sense to you, give me a heart, give me a thumbs up in the comments. This year in 2020, it's become increasingly clear that everything in reality is ultimately outside of our control, right? We can't control the pandemic. We can't control the shutdown and the lockdown. We can't control some businesses that are going out of business. There's a lot that is very obviously out of our control, right? But let's rewind from before 2020. Life was still outside of our control. And that's very scary to our nervous system. Our nervous system's number one goal is to feel safety. So if we are attaching safety to control, we will never change. We will never step outside of our comfort zone to manifest our desired life, right? We will never take risk or be courageous if we believe that staying the same right where we are is the only control that we have, and that equals safety. Are you with me on this? So what if there was another way? What if there was a way to create safety in your body, and there was a way to increase your energetic vibration so that you could be influencing and controlling your internal world regardless of the outside? And through doing that, you begin to feel more expanded. You begin to believe in yourself more. You begin to feel the energy of love and limitlessness and universal energy flow and pleasure through your body. You begin to feel peace and surrender and safety in your body, even though 2020 is still 2020, right? Even though you might still be having, working at the job that you don't love, or living in the state that you're, like maybe you wanna live somewhere else. Whatever your external circumstances are, it's time to recognize and choose. If you're with me listening to this, I know this is a choice that you're desiring to make, to choose to no longer give your power away to the external world. No longer giving your power away and saying, I'm gonna allow this to influence how I feel. I'm gonna allow this person, this job, this pandemic, this whatever to create my internal state. That's the moment we give our power away. We give away what we can control, which is our internal vibration and how we react to things. And therefore, we give up our power to influence reality. We give up our ability to choose what signal we send out into the world that we want to receive back in return. Yeah? So, if we want to influence our external reality, which is 1000% possible no matter what's going on in your world or in the collective world, we do it through the internal work. That's it. So I'm gonna do something really vulnerable. It feels really vulnerable to me. I'm gonna share with you my 5-year vision that I wrote 2 years ago. And I'm gonna share with you how at that time in my life, there was so much in my world that I didn't enjoy, that I didn't like. And I got to a point where I just realized, wow, I am complaining so much. I'm complaining about my job. I'm complaining about my income. I'm complaining about living in the city and not having any friends that I want to go hang out with. I'm complaining about what I do on the weekends and how I feel in my body and I have all these dreams and these desires and they're not here. I complained internally for so long, and I started to become aware of it. And then I became really, really, really intolerant to living in that vibration, to living in a state where I'm negative and I'm not believing in myself, and I'm allowing the external world to take my power away. Something in me switched, and I just became intolerant to it. And I began to follow that inner voice and that inner inspiration to change my inner beingness. And through changing my inner beingness, this 5-year vision, this is like kind of crazy to my mind. And it's cool. This work never stops blowing like my logical human mind. Almost everything on this list has come to fruition in less than 2 years through devoting to the inner work and no longer giving my power away to the external world. No matter what happened in life, I came back to my inner state, and I came back to how I reacted, and I came back to controlling my energetic vibration without having any idea how any of this would come to fruition. Okay? So I'm gonna read this to you guys, and I'll tell you what's come true and what hasn't, okay? So let me go ahead and pull up my photo. All right, so I just moved out of this apartment that I was living in California, and I, of course, right the last box I was packing up, I came across this journal from 2 years ago. All right, so it says, I called it, for some reason, I called it the Higher Self Guidebook. That's what I wrote at the top. And I wrote 5-year vision. This feels like really vulnerable to share, but I want to share it so that you can see what's possible. I want to help people, tons and tons of people, fall in love with themselves. I plan to be a millionaire within 5 years through online coaching. I plan to continue to post YouTube videos for those who can't afford my rates. I plan to be living somewhere that makes me happy, near the coast probably, surrounded by friends who make me laugh and lift me up, and tons of natural lighting. I want to have a dog and a boyfriend who are aligned with my goals and spiritual beliefs and ideals. I want to fly I want to fly family on trips to visit me, to take my friends abroad and to concerts. I plan to travel the world, taking at least 6 to 7 trips a year. I plan to speak publicly about self-love and body love and mind love. I want to make my family and friends proud. I plan to grow into my higher self more and more, being kind to all, taking nothing personally, always doing my best, being impeccable with my word, and not making assumptions. I wrote in parentheses the 4 agreements because that was and still is one of my favorite books. And then I said, maybe I'll even write a book. Okay, so that was a lot. So I want you to know that at this point of writing this, none of this was true. I had literally no idea how it would ever come to be. I just knew it's what I envisioned, okay? So right now, I am helping tons and tons of people fall in love with themselves. I think I was adding it up the other day, and I didn't finish adding it up, but over 150 people this year. I am not a millionaire yet, but I still have 3 years for this 5-year vision. And I am making about 6 to 7 times what I was making 2 years ago. 2 years ago when I wrote this, I was working as a personal trainer, part-time, making $12 an hour. I was dog walking on the side, and I spent my weekends like watching Netflix And not that there's anything wrong with that if that truly brings you true pleasure in life, but it wasn't bringing me pleasure. I was feeling very shy and afraid living in a new city, which was Atlanta, Georgia. And let's continue. So I plan to continue to post videos for free to support people. I'm doing that right now. It's just not on YouTube. It's on Instagram. I plan to be living somewhere that makes me happy, near the coast probably. Yep, California, baby. 5 minutes from the coast. I got there. Surrounded by friends who make me laugh and lift me up. I, over the past 2 years, have manifested and attracted so many friends that support me and lift me up and that are into the same things I'm into, energetics and manifestation and living life to the fullest, yeah? I don't have the dog or boyfriend yet, but there's no ounce in my being that doesn't believe that that is happening. Let's see, what else? I get to have my family come fly and visit me. I haven't taken any friends abroad to concerts yet, but that's still in the works. Traveling the world, taking at least 6 to 7 trips a year. So back then, I desired and craved travel, but I never, ever, ever did it. Now I do take 6 to 7 trips a year. I do speak publicly about self-love, body love, mind love. I do make my family proud. I am connected to my highest self. So everything, almost everything came to fruition in under those 2 years and more. And I want you to know, like I said earlier, that none of this was my reality. I was feeling very contracted, very limited. I was afraid to share authentically online. But I had this inner drive and this inner desire to live a life that I was wild about, to be proud of myself and to impact others and to be financially free. And that desire, if you're watching this or listening to this right now, I know you have that desire within you, and I want you to know that your desires are your destiny. They're nothing to be ashamed about. You get to create them, and it's through the internal beingness. So you're probably asking the question, all right, Alicia, I get it. The only thing that I can fully control is my internal vibration. And through controlling my internal vibration, I influence my entire reality. So now you're probably wondering, okay, well, how do I control my internal vibration? And I've been doing this for a couple years now. I've made a lot of mistakes and I've gotten really, really good at it. And I can't give you every single step right now. That's really what I guide you through an experience of within my Love Embodied coaching program. But what I will give you is some pointers to start off. The first is to notice and recognize the times when your system feels chaotic and unsafe. So creating awareness around how you're feeling in your body. Your body is what holds your emotion and your vibration. So notice those moments when you start to feel anxiety, stress, chaos. And then your second thing to become aware of is, what do you do? What do you do when you notice that you're stressed and anxious and chaotic? Do you begin to hustle and work really hard in the external world and try and change and manipulate and control things? Do you turn to vices to numb out, like food or smoking weed or over-exercising? So becoming aware of the sensations in your body and what you turn to in those moments. And the third step is to get into the pocket. The pocket is that place of discomfort. And it's creating peace and ease and safety in that pocket. So whenever you feel that sensation arising, can you use your breath and other energetic tools to sit through the discomfort? That's really it. This work is it's not about hustling out of where we're feeling contracted and uncomfortable and bad, which I use in quotation marks, to feel good. It's getting really good at feeling. Because as we are real with the discomfort and we sit in it, maybe, for example, someone sends you a text message and it makes you feel like you're not good enough. Can you sit in that discomfort and breathe and soothe your body? What you are doing in that moment is such a gift because you're retraining your nervous system and your ego and your mindset and everything to know that you are safe right here, right now, in this moment. And as you create that safety and that peace, even when there's chaos, perceived chaos going on in the world, you begin to realize that you're okay, that everything's actually okay. And then you are peace. You are love. You are safety. And you begin to build up almost this, what's the word I'm looking for? Like a tolerance to perceived chaos. You begin to build a tolerance to things happening in the world that aren't ideal. And you begin to ride the wave and just realize like, I'm actually okay. I'm actually okay. I'm actually okay if they think that. I'm actually okay if they judge me. I'm actually okay if this job changes, or if this is happening in the other state, or in the presidential election. I'm actually okay. And that energetic okayness, you're sending that out into the world, and guess what you're going to attract into your life? You're going to attract more experiences that make you feel safe and peaceful and okay. So give me a heart or a thumbs up if this is making sense to you. So we can take that so much further, and this is really what we do within the Love Embodied course, and create the sensations of pleasure, of love, of unconditional love and peace and safety. And as you create that in your energetic field, in your vibrational field, and you practice it and you get really good at it and you're able to tap into pleasure just like that, it's like, this is when it feels like you can control reality. Oops, there we go. I think it paused. So to me, oftentimes it feels not that I can control all of reality, but that I can really, really, really significantly influence reality. And I can notice when momentum starts to go in a direction I don't want, and I can pause and catch it and choose for momentum to go in a direction that's magical, that's serving me, that's serving my business, that's serving my relationships. Okay. So that feels complete. And just to recap, the only thing we can control is our energetic vibration. And through controlling our energetic sing, our entire reality. And your first step is to create awareness around your energetic vibration. Where are you at energetically? Are you thinking, where are your thoughts at? Are they more negative or positive? Are they more critical or optimistic? Are they more judgmental or loving? How do you feel in your body, and how do you react when you feel those sensations in your body? And how safe do you feel to just sit in the discomfort and know that you are okay and you are loved and you are safe no matter what goes on externally? You are enough. And then And then the only thing left is to develop the tools, the mindset, but really the energetic embodiment tools to become the energetic vibration that you desire to be. And then it's like anything can happen in the world, but I'm not going to give my power away to that. I'm going to choose to create peace. I'm going to choose to create love. I'm going to choose to create safety. And then our entire reality is influenced by that. So I know I repeated myself a few times in this lesson and episode, but this is what it is. This is the work and this is the lesson. So let me know what questions you have. Sorry it keeps pausing. I'm not really sure what's going on with my Wi-Fi right now. I'll finish the outro of the podcast after this. So go ahead and share with me in the comments, what was your biggest takeaway from this lesson? And what questions do you have for me, if any? And I'll stay on for a couple minutes. That was fun. At first, I felt like I wanted to look at my computer to record the episode, but then I was like, I'm seeing everyone on here live. Reminder to come back to love. Yes. Always coming back to love, back to love, back to love. I do that all day long. How long did it take you to master, to control your inner world? That's a great question. To master it? How long did it take me? Well, it happened within the past 2 years. I'm not sure exactly how long it took me, but what I will say is that I'm not perfect. And my mentors and their mentors and their mentors and their mentors, it's a lifelong journey. But I will say I'm really, really, really good at it. So I feel like I've mastered it. And I'm not sure the exact amount of time. So I don't want to give you a number. It happened within the past 2 years. And I'll say that with each tool and each step, you begin to feel evidence. You begin to feel the evidence of changing this thought, of changing this behavior, of breathing in this way, of softening and relaxing my heart and moving in this way, helps me feel more expanded. And then you see evidence in your reality, and that makes you addicted to this work. It's like, how could I not do this work? So just through that experience, you begin to start to master it and become devoted to it and desire to make it a part of your every moment action, because it's like when you get these glimpses of how you get to feel in your body and how you get to control that, it's like, how could I not be devoted to it? So you will be a master in it. Alicia, yes, I can attest to this work. Yeah, totally. Alicia has the same name as me. I'm not talking about myself. She's been working with me for a while now, and she's such proof of this. Alicia, when we started working together, you had very similar experiences as me. Not loving the job you were working in, and now you're like manifesting jobs and money left and right. You're moving into a new place. You've manifested. Yeah, I could go on and on. Maybe we could have you do a little testimonial or something about what you've really created in your life in this past year, because it's been so beautiful. And yeah. Any other questions before we hop off? Any other questions? So if you're interested in this work, the enrollment for Love Embodied is opening next week. And right now you can get on the wait list and book your application call. So what the process is you'll just fill out a short form to apply, and Shoot, it keeps pausing. There we go. You'll fill out an application to make sure it's a good fit for you and that I can make sure it's a good fit for you. I really only want people to join who are ready to be devoted to this inner work and to being a light in the world and to loving yourself fully and living a life full of pleasure and magnetism. And after you fill out the application, you'll book a call and we will just hop on a short 15 to 20 minute call to make sure it's a good fit for you. And then we will begin February 9th. So spots will fill up. So I wouldn't wait. If you're interested, click the link in my bio. I also have 3 openings right now for one-on-one coaching. So this is more high-level one-on-one work together. These spots only open once every 3 to 6 months. So if you're interested in that, the link to apply for one-on-one coaching is in my bio as well. Aside from that, thank you for joining me. Go ahead and save this if you want to come back to it and share with me what you experience as you're creating this awareness. Shoot, it keeps pausing. There we go. And go ahead and if you feel called to share this with a friend, if you think it would be helpful for them, that would be awesome as well, okay? All right, thanks for joining me live for our first coffee date and podcast recording. I love you. A beautiful, and we'll talk soon. Bye.